You're on.
We're going to do a Rocka Billy twist. So what I've done is rough dried the hair with some anti-gravity into it and just picked up all the hair using my texture comb. Just picked up all the hair, especially wanting to get a bit tighter underneath at the nape. Picking all the hair up. And then, excuse me, then just twisting the hair up. And as I'm twisting, I'm kind of pulling the hair forward. So I'm going to create more lift and more volume in the front. So kind of basically just doing a twist, very simply. Then get my needle and thread. I'm going to use a white thread just so that you've got quite a contrast and you can see what I'm doing. Normally I'd use something that was a little less contrasty. But I'm going to do 4 stitches over and over just to secure the hair at the nape. All I do is just pass the needle across the scalp, across the nape. Once I've done it 4 times over, pull, and that's locked into place. So now what I'm going to do is just scoop all the hair up in the needle and do a series of blanket stitches all the way up the back of her head. So literally pulling all the hair up and scooping the hair up so I get it quite tight. The idea is to get all this hair pulled in quite tight around the sides and around the back so that we're creating more volume on the top. And as you can see by doing a blanket stitch, I'm creating a spine up the side there that's going to hold all that hair in place. So again, it's going along, picking up all the hair in the stitch. And blanket stitch back through, and there again, as you can see, creating a bit of a spine up the back. Okay, as we get to the top, now what I do is I'm starting to pull the hair. I'm pulling the hair up forward because I want the hair to create the shape. The hair actually needs to be fairly tight around the sides and the back, and right up into the temples, because it's the tightness in the temples is what makes it look really modern. So I keep blanket stitching, and as I'm doing that, I'm just pulling the hair forward and more or less just creating my shape now as I go along. If you can see from the side here, see how I scoop the needle right along so it pulls all that hair in. Push the needle through, pick all the hair up on the same on this side. Another blanket stitch. On the blanket stitch, like that, pull it back, and that hair's secured. As we're getting almost to the top here, I'm going to do one more right here. Blanket stitch. Here we go. Now, what I'm going to do is just blanket stitch it twice on the top to secure the thread so that now I can sort of see what my shape is. So just blanket stitch so that I can now double blanket stitch right there, secure the thread, and I can let go now. I can see what shape I'm creating here. So, as you can see, I've got this shape created right up the back. I'm going to snip that bit off there. There's my scissors. So snip that off, and I'm going to get a smoothing brush and a little bit of session spray, and all I do is now just spray all this hair into place so that it's really smooth and tight. You can leave it messier if you want, but I kind of like the fact that I like it to look kind of quite sharp around the sides of the back, and then go into more texture on the top. Same on this side. So also, if you've missed any bits, it also, that session spray just smooths them all in, just like that. And it's a quick, easy way. Now that's the way I do a French roll as well as this kind of, basically what I do is I do a French roll like this, and then I vary it depending on what look I want. So now we're trying to go for a bit more of a Rocka Billy look. So, working on the top here now, I'm just literally just going to twist all this hair up. Here we go, see how I've just picked the hair up, roll it, sorry, I'll move the comb out of the way, And sometimes, depending on what I'm doing, sometimes I do a roll, sometimes I do a flip, sometimes I do a little bit of a, I just sort of change it around. See, that's looking quite good. I'm getting a nice shape happening in there, and that really suits it. So all I really need to do is just secure this hair using my thread, pick up my needle again, and all I'm going to do is just come back over here and just secure that in place. That hair that I've looped over, another blanket stitch, and look, I've secured that hair in place already. Now it's really a creative choice whether I want, you know, bits to be sticking up the top, or whether I want more, or whether I want less. It's all just a creative idea. In fact, I'd like that to go on. So I'm just going to pull that bit out. Or maybe not. Okay, another blanket stitch, just to secure it a little bit more. You can actually come underneath and secure it a bit underneath here. Almost done. Another blanket stitch. Of course, to finish off sewing, we always do 2 blanket stitches, 2 or 3 over the top of each other, just to secure it. There we go, pretty much done. Get my scissors to snip it off. Snip it off. Bit of session spray, just to finish off the look. There we go, got a nice shape happening there. And all I do is just pull those bits in, finish it all off, bit of spray on the side, like a bit of height there. If I wanted to, I could have backcombed that underneath a little bit more, give me a bit more support. There we go. There's my Rocka Billy, twisted Rocka Billy. So basically, it's the same concept as doing a French roll by pulling all the sides and the temples right in, stitching up the back. The top really can be finished off any way you like. I mean, sometimes I like the rolls, sometimes I like that sort of lift. It's up to you how you do it.